We're live on Radio Tekkers. It's Matt and Mags here. Day for Halloween. Who's going to have a trick and who's going to have a treat? Is that too bad a link, Mags, do you reckon?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
awful.
it is. I think it's terrible. I think it's time for me to therefore just do hit the intro, I guess. Where's the button for it? There it is. You think by now I know how it all works. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Radio Takers. I am the magnificent Matt Willis, and I'm joined as always by His Lordship, Lord Kerblam. Mags, how are you, sir?
Kerblam. I am doing good. Great result for Burnley today. Not so good for Liverpool.
Not the best result we could have had. No.
And we've got two teams who are desperate for a win. Two managers under a lot of pressure. So yeah, it should be an exciting game.
It should be a phenomenal game on paper. We've got Nuno Espirito Santo in one. Thank you, Graham. In one dugout, and in the other dugout, of course, we've got the PE teacher. So we've had some shocking, well, it certainly surprised us, news in the lineup. We're going to address the home team first, though. We're going to talk about the Tottenham team first. Obviously, they are. Well, we've got Ben Davies back in defence, which I'm really happy about, Max. First time he's played since March. And he's had that little bit extra.
Yeah, I mean, the defence has been piss poor this season anyway. So changing something up, they need to do something. So hopefully Ben Davies can add a little bit of steel to that defence going forward. Interested that again. There's no Ndombele. He's been relegated to the bench. And Reguilon also relegated to the bench. It's a interesting lineup. So they've gone with Lloris in the nets, D'Souza in defence with Romero, Dyer and Davis. Højbjerg and Skip sticking with that double pivot. And then Lucas Moura, Lo Celso and Son feeding into Harry Kane. So, yeah, what do you think about that lineup, Matt?
I think attacking-wise, it's very strong. On paper, anyway. Ben Davies certainly strengthens the back line. Emerson can blow hot or cold at right back. Mm-hmm. Already as he can be found. I mean, I thought it was a good get, but I don't know.
So some players take a while to adapt to the pace and the tenacity, I suppose, of the Premier League.
I like Højbjerg. I like him a lot down midfield. Skip's really looked sharp since he come in. Graham in the chat saying Tekkers so highbrow now with Emerson Royal and Lord Mags. Yeah, but unlike Emerson, Mags' title is legit.
Yes, it is.
It is legit. So yes. I'm going to hear nothing about this. Feel free to drop your praise for his lordship in the chat. Oh, he's actually bought a monocle. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, yeah, Spurs team, pretty much what we expected. Pretty much the strongest team they could have named. Manchester United, however, obviously fresh off the hiding they got at home last week, at home to Liverpool. They've got De Gea in goal. That's as standard, let's face it. Varane returns. However, they put him alongside Lindelof and Maguire. They've got for free at the back, Max.
Yeah, very surprising, shocking, weird. After being, no comment on the top hat. Thanks there, Matt, for leaving that high and dry.
I didn't want to direct your flow, sir. That was all.
It's to say the issues that Man United had against Liverpool, you would have thought there'd be way more diverse changes than that. But they've kept with McTominay and Fred, who were absolutely destroyed in midfield against Liverpool. Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, who defensively were piss poor. Maguire was awful. Lindelof was, I wouldn't say awful, but he was anonymous. You didn't hear anything of him during the whole 90. So Varane's got a lot of work to do to shore up that defence.
Absolutely, yeah.
I just can't get why they've dropped Greenwood and they've dropped Rashford for bringing in Cavani and to bring in an extra defender. It just doesn't make sense to me.
At least he's trying something different, I suppose. You can say that. We did actually hear from our chief superintendent of paper clips and stationery, Mr. Chris Harris, who was at the Burnley game this afternoon. In fact, and he said that he'll pop in at half time to give us the 9-1-1, as it were. No, 4-1-1. It is 4-1, American terms, sorry. About how we're going on there, of course, and maybe join us for the second half as well. Very pleased to see Cavani alongside Ronaldo. I think they need to hit someone with Ronaldo in this team. Who knows? Maybe this is the game where Ole turns it around. You never know.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, he's going with a formation that he hasn't played at all in the Premier League, so it's going to be new to his players. He's got players on the bench who must be looking at the performance that happened at Liverpool and think, what do I need to do to get into this side? I mean, Van der Beek, Matic, players that played no part whatsoever in one of the worst performances in Man United's history, and they still cannot get in the side above two of the people who were on that pitch. It's ridiculous. Indeed. Absolutely ridiculous.
Indeed. People in the chat, we've got people over on Twitch. We've got Malmatlak. If I get that wrong, I apologise. Saying hello, and what are our thoughts on new formation? We're just talking through this right now.
Mm-hmm. I think for a Man United side who's historically have been one of the highest scoring, most attacking teams that we've had in the Premier League, this is so defensive. It's ridiculously defensive. Outside of the front three, there's nobody you'd really trust going forward right now. Shaw, whilst he played well in the Euros for England, he's had a poor big start to this season. Wan-Bissaka his crossing has been woeful, and his defensive work has been even worse. I think this is a kind of like make or break for Ole. He's just throwing whatever he can at the wall and hoping something has to change. And he's come up against a Tottenham team that also need the win. So it'll be interesting to see the aftermath of this match rather than maybe the actual match.
This is very true. Graham in the chat is also saying, of course, Fred, what does he have on Ole? Good
I mean, how he stayed on the pitch last game against Liverpool was unreal. Absolutely unreal. So for him to be on the pitch again it's shocking. Van der Beek must be absolutely ripping his hair out. I know that he's switched agents because he's trying to force a move away, but the guy is so talented, and he can't even get in the team when Man United put in the worst performance that they've ever put in. It's ridiculous.
Graham calling trouble in the chat to say about my excellent numbers again. I've got 9-1-4.
He will always get them right 23% of the time.
Indeed, absolutely. If not 27% of the time. Salah has scored more goals at Old Trafford than Van Beek has played minutes at Old Trafford. It is a shocking stat that is accurate. And as Graham has also said in the chat, they gave up 9 goals in the last 2 games. That is the sort of performance you get from a team in the bottom half of the table, not too much to be challenging for the title.
It's Norwich and Newcastle levels of defending.
Indeed. So we are about 6 minutes away from kickoff. It's prediction time, Max. What do you reckon? What are you thinking in this game? Because we were miles off the pace in the last game we predicted.
Yeah, I mean, that I think that may have been just like Liverpool catching lightning in a bottle, catching Man United when they were at their very lowest and just absolutely dominating them. I think this is probably going to be a little bit closer. Both of these teams are well out of sorts. But just because I think Man United need to force a change, I'm going to actually go for a Tottenham win. to essentially put the pressure on the board to relieve Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of his spot, because they are not going to do anything better this season with Ole at the wheel. So yeah, I'm going to go for a Tottenham win, and I'm going to say that Man United don't score. So I'm going to go 2-0.
Okay, cool. And as is customary with every game that we commentate here on a Saturday night, my prediction is, as always, Arsenal 2-0. So, to be fair, Arsenal got a very good win early today, and they're up to 5th. They seem to turn their season around, which is great to see, of course, for them. Of course, we'll talk about all in the volley, of course, on Monday. But in all seriousness, if you want my serious answer to what the prediction is, I see Spurs 4-1.
Wow! So you think this Spurs team have got 4 goals in them?
It's more a case of I can see this defense leaking for.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, Spurs' lineup it's almost the exact opposite of Man United's. Very attacking. That front four, minus Lo Celso, have always got chances and goals in them. So yeah, you could well be right.
Well, Graham, to answer the question you put in the chat, who I put money on this week, I put money on Salah to score and Liverpool to win. So, yeah. So that's what I get for actually betting on Liverpool.
0-2.
Yeah, 0-2. Yeah.
Although he did get an assist. He got the assist for the first goal.
To be fair, up until the disallowed goal, Liverpool were in firm control. And then after that, Liverpool just switched off. So it is what it is. Thank you, everybody who is joining us on Twitch and on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to us on Radio Tekkers. If you're new to Tekkers, myself and Max here, and usually Tanner, who is with us usually, we'll give you alternative commentary for the game today, which is Manchester United away at Tottenham Hotspur. Both teams really need of 3 points. We obviously, our predictions are down below. Throw yours in the chat. We'll read them out live on air. Just so you know, before the game, there will be a period of silence because this is obviously Manchester United's last home match before Remembrance Day.
Oh, Graham already trying to break me in the chat. Matt with an Undertaker light streak at William Hills. Brilliant.
Thank you, Graham. By the way, just for context, Tottenham Hotspur have scored 9 goals this season. That's less than Mo Salah scored.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And you've gone that they've got 4 goals in them.
In the chat, we've got Tanner, who is usually here, saying howdy, Matt. Indeed, howdy to you, Tanner. You see, yeah.
So the part-timer is rocking up in the chat.
As usual, down to you and me. I'm even carrying a booster in my arm. I'm still commentating, Tanner.
No, the people who we work with, Matt, on Radio Tekkers.
At this moment, we will, of course, pay our respects to, obviously, everyone who fought for our freedoms in the 2 world wars. You'll never walk alone. Emphatically observed at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to everybody who was doing so alongside as well.
And adding the "You'll Never Walk Alone," just that's Liverpool fans through and through. Ollie looking quite bright and chipper for this game, like he's not got the weight of the world on his shoulders.
We are moments away from kickoff. You are watching us along with live on Tekkers. It's Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United, and it's live.
And we won't have any Tanner to pause the kickoff as well, hopefully. So Man United getting ready to kick off now.
Yep, Ronaldo will be kicking the ball back to his midfielders probably.
Or just taking it on a long, mazy run himself.
And as they prepare to take the knee here, they take the knee at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We remind you all, of course, there is no room for discrimination in any walk of life, including football. And if you have any racism to report, please do so at premier.com/report racism. And we're underway.
Tanner in the chat, Ollie is chipper for starting 7 defenders. Yeah, I mean, I think Graham's nailed it on the head. He says he should be chipper. If he gets fired, he gets $7.5 million, and he wins even if Man United don't. Yeah, which is very, very true. And straight away, Tottenham throwing.
We talked about Ole being an emotional hire. I mean, he was brought in as the caretaker to last the end of the season, and no real care for given of him actually being given the job. And then he went and did the unthinkable and actually put together a run so much they had to give him the job. He couldn't have been their first choice when they hired him as the caretaker to take over permanently.
He didn't have the experience. I mean, he did well with Mold in Norway, but his job in England, I think it was at Cardiff, was very fair to middling. It was just an emotional pick, and like I said, he did himself the world of good by going on a great run and kind of forcing the hand of the board to give him the job. But the problem is, it quickly.
Some full-blooded tackles already, Mag. We're only about 90 seconds in.
Wow. Everybody's going in on each other. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it quickly devolved into him, the job being too much for him. And as we've said on the show multiple times, he seems like a really nice bloke.
He is.
You can't be nice and be a title-winning manager. You've got to have that ruthlessness. You've got to have that separation from being friends with the players to being the person who tells the players what to do.
Tan in the chat mentioned on that same note, actually, rumours of Xavi to Barcelona this week. Are they falling in the same trap as United did with Ole? Xavi obviously would be an emotional appointment, I feel. He's a Barcelona legend, and I'm not entirely sure his first management position should be Barcelona.
I think he's managed. Has he not managed in Qatar or something?
That does not give you credentials to manage one of the biggest clubs in the world. That's on the level of being Mulder manager before Man United manager.
Historically, Barcelona have always hired ex-players as managers. I mean, pretty much every single manager they've had have played for Barcelona at some point in their career.
I just don't. I hear what you're saying. I'm not sure.
He's the current manager of Al Sadd in the Qatar League, in the Qatar Super League.
Mags, you've got a question here from Graham. He's like, what about Jurgen Klopp? Basically, referring to about nice guys don't have ruthless streaks. He does have a ruthless streak.
We've seen Jurgen Klopp's ruthless streak. Yeah, he's smile and he's happy, but how many times when
he's not afraid to make big decisions.
Look at all the stuff with the European Super League. He was the only manager of the 6 clubs involved who came out to say, "I am not happy with this. I haven't had any conversation with my board about this, but we have a job to do." And he ripped on the media for giving the players grief about it. So he has got.
He'll do what he's doing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly. I think there's a difference between being a bully and a manager and really kind of like controlling through fear and having the respect of your players. I'm sure, and I think Klopp is someone who has a hell of a lot of respect from his players.
Absolutely. Tanner in the chat is saying probably since Cruyff, probably butchered spelling, but yes, I think actually. Graham is saying get El Tel back at Barca. For
Terry Venables is underrated, I think, underappreciated as a manager.
I think his last managerial post was as the kayfabe manager of the team in the match, which was in the Sun for a little while, which is not saying a great deal, to be really honest. He hasn't had a managerial post, I don't think, since England, has he? Maybe Borough.
So he managed England up to the end of
96.
Euro 96.
I think he took over Venables. I think he took over Middlesbrough for a bit, and that was it.
Yeah, he managed Australia straight after England, then Palace, Middlesbrough, and then Leeds, and then he hasn't worked in football since 2003. Is Matt talking about the Sun?
I know that it was in the Sun. I don't read the Sun. Okay, I know it was in the Sun.
He found out third-hand information.
I was going down one of those Wikipedia rabbit holes you go down. I was reading about because Obby Striker used to be in the Sun, then it went into his own comic, and I started reading it when it was in his own comic. So I went down the rabbit hole. Well, what about other ones like that? And that's when I found out about that. It's just one of those bits of information that sticks in your head.
Mm-hmm. Well, so far this match hasn't produced many chances, but we've seen a lot of strong tackles. People kind of trying to put their marker down for the game.
There's an early chance here.
Yep. Can they whip across in?
Deflected for corner. Indeed, Graham.
You might be a little bit ahead of me.
I'm on 5:43, 44, 45.
You're about 3 or 4 seconds ahead.
I'll pause for a second, Max.
No, it's fine. Son.
Done.
But Son with the shot deflected away for a corner. I think that was
Tanner saying that he's disgusted. Why are you disgusted, Tanner? I don't read the Sun. I've told you it a million times.
Well, you're actually getting grief over even hinting at reading the Sun.
I would rather scratch my eyes out than read the Sun.
I mean, that's an extreme. Just buy the Mail instead, or the Guardian.
I might prefer getting my news by carrier pigeon
or Twitter. That's where you get your news from, Twitter, because it never tells lies.
Oh, Tanner's saying we didn't need to pause that game. I see.
So I'll look at
a stat at you because you're behind.
So a stat that's just come about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, since he has been appointed as manager, he's actually got the third most points of any manager in the Premier League. And yet we're looking at him as an abject failure. Which, I mean, I think that more speaks of how successful Man United have been.
Charles there for Cavani.
Oh, if he'd have made more contact with that's a tester for Lloris. But both teams are starting brightly and making early chances.
Man United in this game in the first 10 minutes looked better than the entire 90 last week.
Tanner in the chat saying, get your news from Facebook. It's got better sources. Yeah, especially now they're called, is it Meta? I'm assuming being a tech nerd, you saw the
I did see that. I thought it. I did, and I also saw that it didn't even take 5 minutes before someone had to draw a shaft on top of that logo as well. Because of course they did.
The VR stuff was horrific, and I've seen so many parodies and memes made from it. It's unreal.
To be brutally honest, I get why they're rebranding a little bit, but yeah.
The rebranding is sensible because it kind of whitewashes away all the shit that Facebook has done in terms of like helping promote right-wing media and things like that. There. Pull back. Was it good defending, or did it just ricochet off him from the Cavani shot? Man United are looking really bright. Even when Tottenham come away with the ball, they're first on to winning it back.
Grand freezing your stat, Meg, that you gave, by the way, about the amount of points he picked. It was amazing how he put up that many points, and yet he's being told to get out. Get out of my club.
Yeah, but again, it's because Man United are so successful that anything other than top two, anything other than top two is just
No,
inconceivable.
he's little up, and it's way too high for Miss Wan-Bissaka. Indeed. Conor McCabe in the chat saying hello, Mags and Matt.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. It's Lord Mag now, Conor, unfortunately. He had a lordship now. That's a legit thing. He insists on being addressed as his lordship.
Sir, thank you. It's casual Saturday, so I'll allow sir. And it's not even a joke. I am actually a lord.
It's not even a joke.
I will explain it, hopefully, at halftime if there's a break.
Speaking of a break, Graham in the chat is saying, when the break in the action, he just saw a picture on Rate My Plate of someone using sausages instead of toast soldiers on a soft-boiled egg. Thoughts, gentlemen?
What a legend. I absolutely think that idea is superb.
I'd do that.
Depending on what sausages. You go with chipolatas, wouldn't you?
You got to have certainly a thin sausage you had to fit in for sure. Yeah. Even that, you're using a very big egg. On
an ostrich egg,
turkey egg maybe. Mad Caddy dropping that he's actually a lord. I mentioned it at the top of the billing. I have to by law apparently now. Conor McCabe in the chat is saying, how about Arsenal? Currently in the Europa League spot in fifth. Fair day weather. They seem to have rebounded.
Great day for Arsenal. Great day for Chelsea.
It seems like Arsenal, since they beat Tottenham in the North London derby, have just gone from strength to strength. Really have. You can't argue with that. No blood American patties for sure. Graham is saying, no, you don't. You can't use. You can't use blood sausage patties. No, you can't, Graham. That's really wrong. Send us a picture. We'll throw it up on, and people are going to have a decision about that at halftime, Graham.
I mean, do they do patties? Because patties are burgers, essentially, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know about blood sausage ones, but
black pudding.
I don't know about but I don't know about. But I've seen you can get the actual sausage patties you get in McDonald's and the Burger King and places. You can get them in most high street supermarkets. Yeah. Mag mentioning the only limited title. Does that mean we're getting an upcoming promotion for Groupon? No.
If Groupon would want to sponsor Radio Tekkers, definitely slide into our DMs or throw us an email at radiotekkers@gmail.com. We would happily listen to your ideas.
Graham is clarifying what he said. His English has been terrible. Leave it at that. I meant bloody patties. Rather than blood patties. He doesn't American sausage patties is what he means, okay.
So he's not a fan of McMuffins.
Apparently not, no. He sent me a picture now. I'm going to send it across to the chat. They're not chipolatas. I don't think they are anyway. Let you be with judgment, Mags.
Which chat have you sent it to?
Actually, I'm going to try and drop it into my thing on here. I can just upload that way faster, probably.
Okay. And as you
Spurs got a man down.
Yes, it looks like it, and Luke Shaw maybe picking up a booking. Great wide ball. Just getting a replay. Some really good defending by Tottenham. Very resilient. Eric Dyer is actually putting a good shift in.
He's got to really.
You're not going for a penalty claim there.
Oh, I can see that someday that could be given. Right. Okay, we'll come to tell them welcome to the show in the chat. Sick of the pundits. Evening, guys.
Hello, guys.
Well, very welcome. Very welcome you are. Stick around. Put your feet up. Don't get no man on the couch though. Tanner is saying in the chat, who's everyone's first full minute 22 something gonna be? Depends which team you are, I suppose, really.
I mean, the favourite team has got to be Newcastle. Everybody's going to be.
I've seen some people have done it. And first competition on FIFA on Footman 22 is also from Tanner. The face it, everyone wants to spend a Saudi money. Everyone wants to do that. I saw someone do it on FIFA. Actually, someone actually spent all the money on FIFA. First time was Harry Kane for 162 million, apparently, and then they signed Ndidi for 96. and then Pogba for 62. I'm like, huh, okay.
And speaking of Football Manager 22, props to one of our good friends, Omega Luke. He's now been able to quit his full-time job because he's signed a contract to create content for Facebook Gaming. So
fantastic, good for you, Omega Luke.
He has grinded and grinded for the last couple of years, ever since he kind of fell out of wrestling Twitter and threw himself into Football Manager content. He's absolutely killing it and well deserved.
Welcome to Game Time, of course, and even if you want to come on to his show at some point and talk gaming, we'll be happy to have you. You're a football fan as well, I'm sure. That's all good. Awesome news, Graham.
He supports Man United, so probably not.
Oh, he probably enjoyed the first quarter of an hour. I mean, no goals conceded. So we have
that's a positive.
Also had a new article right up in the Plymouth News, apparently.
Yes,
indeed.
Yes. A rare Tottenham break here, and Kane with the foul, takes down Varane. And he's, look, ref, I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. Sick of the pundits. Hi, guys. Again, I saw a few minutes of your return video. I'm going to watch the rest of it later on today. But, yeah, you guys may have covered this already, but what do you think of Man United switch to a back three?
We're concerned.
Yeah, it's a worry, especially when Man United got absolutely destroyed, and with how this Tottenham team is lining up attack-wise, it's almost like they're playing 7 defenders, and yeah, it's worrying, especially when those 7 defenders outside Varane are not good. So I think it's a case of Ole just throwing anything at the wall and seeing what will stick. But so far it's working. Man United have certainly had the better of this first 15 minutes or so. Cavani has been very, very bright. I just don't like McFred. I don't see how in a game where they made so many errors, how Van der Beek hasn't got a game and how Matic hasn't got a game.
Yeah, I can't either, Max.
Yeah, I don't get it. And I don't get why you've got a £73 million player who just cannot get in the team for love and money. It's ridiculous.
Indeed. Just so you know, in the I've probably into our Twitter DM, Max. I can't even upload it for some reason. So
let's see if I can.
My beverage for tour today is the cheap cream soda.
Oh, fucking delinquent!
I am a fucking delinquent. Yeah, absolutely. Very happy. And can I say massive props to our brethren Benny and Josiah for a great episode of Waiting Room. This part's really well. So yeah, do you guys agree with Graham? Is this can you use those sausages? I think you certainly can. They just got cater to me. They didn't like chipolata to me.
I'd be more disappointed of the wasted egg yolk underneath the
I would. That's a lot of egg yolk wasted there for sure.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And, I mean, the egg, perfect. It's lovely and runny how I like it.
What monster cracks the top of their egg off like that? That's ridiculous. But I would still destroy it. Yeah.
Yeah, you tap. For me, everything I was a kid, you tap all the shell off, you peel it off, and then you carefully take the egg off. You eat the top of the white, that's why I do it anyway. Well, and then you dip your soldier in it. I totally approve of this.
So I have a spring kind of gadget which has like a cup on the bottom, and you basically put the cup over the top of the egg, lift the weight part up, and it you pull it away, and then it like springs back, hits the cup, and it forms a perfect circle and splits the top of the egg for you.
Oh wow, that's cool! I didn't know they did those, Mags.
Yeah, and it's the best thing ever. Anyway, we'll remove that. Go back to that, but yeah, I would eat that. That would be a nutritious breakfast for me.
Absolutely. Tanner saying I would eat that. Absolutely. Particular pundits is saying agreed. McFred is not the answer at all in central midfield. Graham's asking why a fan brought a world map to the game.
Any idea why a fan brought a world map to the game? It was probably looking for directions for Old Trafford.
Possibly. Conor McCabe in the chat is saying Burnley are relegation zone for now on goal difference. Should be good for you, Sir Max.
It was a great result. I mean, we'll certainly
it's
deep
Lord,
dive into
not
it.
Sir. It's Lord, not Sir.
I mean, Sir, casual Saturday, but
casual Saturday.
We'll certainly get into it probably later on if Chris is back quick enough, or we'll get into it. Or we'll get into it on the volley. But this was a brilliant performance by Burnley.
It was indeed. Thank you to everybody who's joining us, by the way. Drop down to the chat your predictions if you have not had a chance to yet. 20 minutes gone. Tottenham 0, Man United 0. We want to hear what you guys think is going to happen in the rest of this game. Graham from Good Got Back Up is saying, match of the day reporting, Ronaldo hasn't scored in any of his last 4 league matches. Tottenham aim made that 5. Last time that happened was 2008, 2009. And here comes Spurs for break here. Davis winning a corner. And they spent the overlap. That's what they've missed. They've really missed him doing that.
And Tanner with the most upsetting message in the chat. Today's breakfast, protein shake, 3 eggs and carrots. That's sad. I feel sad.
He's hit his arm.
And he was turning away.
They've not given it though.
I mean, Son was very active in trying to clear a penalty. I mean, he was turning away.
Graham saying, I've never thought of doing that before, but now I want to eat breakfast right now. I'm on board with you, mate. Absolutely on board with you.
For I'd say breakfast, but it was more brunch. I had
a terrible corner.
Bacon sandwiches, but instead of bread, I had croissants.
That's fine.
Oh, it was delicious.
Do you butter the croissants when you have them, Max, or not?
No, they're made of butter.
Yeah, no, but you don't put an extra bit of butter on?
No.
Or not? That's fair.
That's
fair. I mean, some people don't. My mum, whenever she has a bacon sandwich, won't put butter on the bread. I'm like, what's the point of having it then?
What? Dry bread?
And when she's making me a bacon sandwich, it used to be dry.
Is she on some sort of register?
That's my mother. No.
Well, I mean, she should be.
You're going to meet her at the wedding, bear that in mind, yes? Breaking news.
And I will judge her for her butterless bread.
Texas has banished Tanner for that breakfast. Is that maybe Tekkers or Texas, Graham? Either way, both apply.
Both apply. Yeah.
Graham,
that's why he tried to do
that's a last-minute tackle.
That's why he
finished out here to... Is that Mr. Maguire?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why when Tanner tried to strong-arm a Sunday game in, we both refused to take part because we knew he was going to drop that ridiculous breakfast take.
Oh, that's not even subtle. Yellow card is very much justified. While waiting for the free kick to be taken, Graham says that egg with dippy sausages should be the officials' Tekkers breakfast.
If it came with a side of chocolate sausage gravy fountain, then yes.
Apparently, Graham said, not Graham, sorry, I apologize, Graham. Tanner says a man's colon can't live on the best brisket and breakfast tacos in the world alone.
You say this, Tanner, but you've no evidence to back it up.
The Irish marriage on potatoes.
It's only words. It's only words.
Dr. Matt can confirm, but at the same time, the Irish survive on nothing but potatoes and Guinness, so it's fine.
And also Matt's field of expertise is hormones, not food.
And booster shots. Get your boosters, boys and girls, and others.
As is understudy to Chef Mark Job will attest to, that his expertise is not food.
Oh, free kick into the wall.
I like how with no Tanner, we're actually commentating more about the football. Oh, great control by Son. And how has he not put that away? That was easier to score. I mean, to be fair, De Gea was there covering, so if he'd got it on target, he would have probably blocked it anyway. But
lovely bring down by Son. But was he off? No, being played on at the top.
Oh dear. Is that Maguire playing every? Oh no, it's Cavani playing everybody on. It looks like.
Indeed, Conor came in the chat saying I was on a Gunners Twitter this morning, and all of the people who said Arsenal out back in August are silent now. Funny that, isn't it? Absolutely agree with you on that. Again, Man United went on a 5-game winning run. The only out people would be quite a idea of a break in.
Oh, good touch. To be fair,
wide.
A lot of that is recency bias with fans. But I mean, we were on the boat of Arteta being out, and I don't think a few good wins changes anything of that. I think tactically he still has a hell of a lot to learn. It's just that he's got some of the players who weren't showing any passion or giving a shit for the club working harder again. I mean, the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette, who just weren't interested in even playing for the club. They're playing with passion now, so
it's good to see for sure. Cavani, he looked more lively than the second saviour all of a sudden.
He's certainly been more potent attack-wise than Rashford and Greenwood did in the game against Liverpool.
He scored in the 3-1 win here last season, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Gave his number up for Ronaldo.
I bet he's regretting that.
He just gave his place up for him as well.
Tottenham reverting to long ball.
Maguire's dawdling on the ball. De Gea under pressure, and De Gea had to slice it out to Lindelof. And Spurs are really putting his back under pressure here.
Maguire
Spurs fans roaring approval.
Oof! I mean, this is a spicy take. At Sporty Josh 6, Phil Jones would be better than Maguire at this point. I feel for Phil Jones. I think when Man United signed him, he looked like he was going to be the next big thing in.
They got from Blackburn, didn't they?
Defense. Yeah. And then with injuries and things like that, it just didn't pan out the way it should have been. But the United fans were brutal towards him.
They have been extremely brutal towards him. Mm-hmm. In a way, it's sort of similar with Marcus Babbel. When Liverpool signed him, we got him on a Bosman, and he was doing really, really well. Helped with the UEFA Cup. And then, so he's a bit of a break here, so I'm just gonna hold my thought on that with Spurs having an attack, and they win a corner. Marcus Babbel was in the height, was doing fantastically well. Then he came out with Guillain-Barré syndrome, and he told he would never. He had a 50-50 chance of living and walking again. He came back and played again. His career was over after that, unfortunately, though. But
it's sad.
It was very sad. But the disrespect that they've shown Phil Jones sometimes, the Man United fans, is terrible.
I think it's sometimes as
God, it's in! No flag.
Oh, is this going to get pulled for VAR though? Because he looked like he could have been offside there.
They're screaming for it. The flag has now gone up.
Oh, I can't stand that. Putting the flag up last minute.
Referee's going to say, "Are you sure?" Let's have a look. Is he when the ball is played?
Yeah, he is.
Is it the Spurs player or is it a United player?
No, he's offside. By a fair way as well.
And United really lucky there.
Oof.
It's still Tottenham Hotspur 0, Man United 0. The assistant referee made a very good call there.
Mm-hmm.
But that was way too late putting the flag up for me.
Yeah, I hate that rule with all my heart and vengeance. Whoever came up with the fact that linesmen shouldn't put their flag up till the end of the play or till the ball's gone out of play is ridiculous.
We have in the chat from Twitch, we have FIFA Corner 16. Welcome back, sir. Hello, lads. How's the game been? Not been able to watch it. That's guys, but this is what we're here for. We're here to provide commentary of the game, so you don't have to watch. You can listen on with us.
I mean,
it's been a bit 50-50.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Spurs have literally just had the ball in the Man United net, but it was ruled out for offside. But Man United have had a couple of good chances themselves. Cavani's been lively, but I think Tottenham have been the closest to breaking the deadlock. Son had a shot that just went over the bar.
Is you starting to heat up, Mags?
Oh, and was that Varane running into Kane on purpose?
It's all getting a little bit testy all of a sudden. Obviously, we know that FIFA Connor is a Man United fan from last week, of course. I'm hoping for you, sir, that Man United have a better game. Of course, Graham in the chat is saying Matt would rather see assistant refs put a flag up quicker than Man United put the white flag up last week. I'm not saying that Man United fans. Graham is picking 2 and 2 together and making 4. Okay, FIFA Corner 16 is saying I feel we really need a win to try and sort out the form after Liverpool.
Oh my word! So the ball comes free to Man United, breaking into the Tottenham box. Easy ball for Wan-Bissaka. Could have easily put a shot across goal. I think he got caught in 2 miles. We have to put the ball back across the box for someone else or to shoot. And
it's pretty much touchline, Mags.
It pretty much ended up going out for a throw-in.
Ronaldo did recover it, but it was blocked. So Wan-Bissaka put the ball again.
Going forward, he's been awful this season. But then saying that's a great cross.
But Spurs breaking out.
Spurs break out now and looking to quickly push the ball forward. Some good one-touch football, but a bit too much there for Kane to chase and Man United recover.
It's been enjoyed half an hour though, Max, hasn't it? Been enjoyed half an hour of a game.
To say it's 0-0, and this Man United formation it's still been quite leaky. Spurs are still able to break through, even though there's essentially 7 defenders on the pitch.
Do you count McTominay plays centre half for Scotland? Fair enough, but do you count Fred as a defender?
I mean, in terms of like actual positions, no, but in terms of attacking output, absolutely he is. I don't think I've seen it pass forward yet.
That was a little cynical from Eric Dyer.
I mean, it's a meal was made of it by Ronaldo. It did just look like a bit of a push.
You sound a bit surprised, mate.
Eric Dyer saying no, not a foul, but the refs already give it.
Maguire's marching forward, trying to put Luke Shaw in. Luke Shaw, whose form has really dipped into Euros.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the final to get out of him.
I mean, that partnership that with him and Maguire have been absolutely terrible. The amount of times that they get in each other's way, they're totally different to how they played for England.
And Wan-Bissaka is still trying to force himself into the England setup. It's just not really happening for him. I mean, he's getting more and more players. Oh, what a save from
long range effort. McFred, after all the grief I've literally just gave him saying he doesn't have any attacking output, and then
great save from Hugo Lloris.
Performs it's a great shot, and actually took the deflection as well from the
two-handed save away.
Oh no, it didn't. No, it didn't. It swung away, but yeah, that's a great save by Lloris.
So going forward, he his career is what he's been better doing. That's great for Brazil, but that's not where Solskjaer wanted him to play, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, he struggled in his first couple of seasons at Man United because he wasn't playing.
Fernandes just put it out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, Fred struggled in his first couple of seasons for Man United because he just wasn't being played in his natural position. And then there was about 3 or 4 months where he was getting the time in position, and he looked like an absolutely unplayable talent, and then he's been forced back to this double pivot, which he just doesn't work in.
I missed this one from Tan in the chat. Speaking of bad decision making, is Arsene Wenger ruining his reputation by continuing to push FIFA to a World Cup every 2 years. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think it should be every 2 years. It would take away things like the Euros, which I actually prefer watching over the World Cup.
Bruno Fernandes has not scored his last 9 appearances, his longest non-scoring run for Manchester United. This is obviously, and you got Ronaldo has scored in 4. It's not been it's been a bit of a bleak spell for Man United goal scoring wise. I mean, they need a result. They really do. And I can only say that winning leagues at a canter is all well and good, but you want to be involved in one of those slugfests all season long. You want to be involved in one of those because then you can say you beat the best teams at their best. On paper, and Tottenham a break here.
And that's a great ball.
Oh, what a defensive
well
tackle.
Weighted.
Offside has now been given.
Wan-Bissaka chasing back, but Man United have scored 16 goals this season, which is the 3rd lowest.
Offside.
The 4th lowest in
now.
The top half of the table, and they've let in 15, which is the 2nd highest in the top half of the table. Only Leicester have let in more goals in the top 10.
FIFA Corner 16 saying every 2 years take the great thing about the World Cup, which is rare, and you'll get a certain amount in your career. Indeed, that's the whole deal about people who play it. Like 5 World Cups. It's a big deal. Usually, it's goalkeepers who get out a sort of nod because they have a longer career usually. Yeah, I think most people are in agreement. FIFA want one of all those years make more money because I suppose they don't get the money from the Euros or the African Cup of Nations or
exactly
or the America's Cup. I forget what it's called. Top of my head. Tara, do remind me in the chat. I forgot what it's called. Or for that matter, Mr. McCabe, you'd be good. Well, obviously being an MLS expert, you would be able to tell me what it is over there. Yeah, it just takes me away from it. We've just seen Solskjaer actually shouting instructions on the touchline. Am I in a parallel universe?
No, because we've still got Phil Neville and Michael Carrick sat there doing nothing.
Yeah, and they should be up. They should be up there shouting and screaming. They could, for me, they need. Do you put a better coach in there alongside him? Because let's face it, Phil Neville and Michael Carrick have not coached at this sort of level before. Tanner says it's just the US constantly playing Mexico. Fair enough.
And
I was hoping some insight there.
Yeah, that seems boring.
To be fair, the South American qualifying is usually quite exciting to see when they're not called off because they've broken the law.
Oh, wow.
To be fair, out of the fact that happened.
It certainly did.
That
was a late call for the foul.
It was a very late call. It was a foul. Everton went straight for the back of him.
Man United picking up a lot of bookings in this half. He didn't only go through the back of him, but he also wrestled him to the floor.
Tanner is still saying, Ronaldo, a player manager, gets my vote. He mentioned this on the video with Chris, which was out early in the week, of course, our roving reporter. Always a pleasure to have those little videos with, because Chris and Tanner have some great insights, and it's good listen.
Absolutely. Quality content by Team Radio Tekkers, that's for sure.
Across the board, not just on the not just from as it were from me, Mags and Tanner, but everyone on the team. Ori, Ray, Benny, Sai, everyone is fantastic and well worth your time. Of course, Chain Wrestling will be here on Monday with the Halloween special, Mag, of course.
Correct. So get your Halloween photos in for a chance to win some one-of-a-kind merchandise. Indeed.
And of course, Mags, remind me, if I'm correct here, all you've got to do to win the possibility to have some limited one-of-a-kind merchandise is to take a picture of yourself in fancy dress, like the Radio Tekkers Twitter and this channel. That's it.
Sub to Tekkers, sub to Chain Wrestling, sub to this channel, and send us a picture of you in fancy dress. It doesn't have to be one from this year. It could be one from years past.
Oh, my God!
And that's a great finish. It was a great ball as well. Perfectly weighted ball. But that's a great, well-taken finish.
Ben Davis let him in there, unfortunately. Graham from Good Cop Bad Cop in the chat said, have a good one, Jen. Got to take a quick nap before my Q&A with Tony Atlas.
Oh, enjoy.
Indeed. He is him, Mason and Jackson from MGB are going to be there tonight. Tony Atlas is going to be there. For ball account, Jackson asked if he could take his Atlas with him.
Oh, that's cute. Get it signed. Get the
I think get it signed. Get it signed, Jackson. Absolutely.
That is a great take by Ronaldo.
It is a fantastic goal by Ronaldo. It's really
brilliantly weighted ball by Fernandez. Well taken. Volley right across the keeper. Lloris close to it, but the power just takes it past him, and so. For all their hard work, Tottenham are now 1-0 down.
FIFA Connor in the chat. He's very happy, but woo! Always a good thing on that side of things for you, sir.
I was once dressed as a werewolf. This is Tanner, not me. I was once dressed as a werewolf for a church Halloween party. Was never invited back. Wow.
Well, that'll be it. That'll do it.
I mean, why would the church having a Halloween party then? Surely it's to do with all things supernatural, and that's frowned upon.
So yeah, as things stand, it is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0, Man United 1. Man, that been up for way too long today. I apologize. You were meant to dress up as Jesus. There we go, Connor. Yeah, that's great. Absolutely.
Should have gone in his Man City shirt and his little mustache. Could have gone as Gabriel Jesus. What? I didn't know Mario was a Man City fan.
Oh, wears blue, doesn't he? Tanner saying good at the.
He also wears red.
This is also true as well. Tanner in the chat is also saying South American football has not make a beat easily.
It's not. That's facts. That is true.
Tanner's saying it was the invite from the wife at the church she was at the time. Apparently, I scarred too many children.
Oh, Jesus Christ! And that's why
I'm reading that. That's why we always make sure you say typos, guys. Typos. If you scared them or scarred them, either way, it's terrifying.
Spelling is correct. That's what I'll put.
He says it wasn't correct. Fantastic. So yeah, perfect time to score just before half time. Man
United looking for a second goal before half time.
Spurs getting the ball away, but recover the ball nicely. But play has been stopped. Ronaldo is being spoken to.
I think he's struck out. It looks very, very dramatic there, maybe. But
that's an arm. Oh, it's a bit soft.
He has got an arm. It is an arm in the face off.
Yeah, but not where he's holding. I'll give Ronaldo all the detriment in the world, but he's gone down there like he has been shot. People calling in the chat is saying, "Don't scar children." We say, "Be careful with your claws." Absolutely.
And that always declaw your werewolves.
Absolutely, always declaw your werewolves. Technically speaking, given how a werewolf is obviously a beast that reverts back to human form in order to accentuate everything else that is a human, that means ripping out their nails. When they come back, they have no fingernails, Mag. That means
then wear mittens.
Wear mittens. Brilliant. I've had a werewolf in D&D as well. Had him in the first season. It was quite good fun.
A real one?
Well, depending on point of view, I suppose. Big fan of mittens.
I assume that's also a typo and is spelled kittens wrong.
To be fair, it's no problem. Man, Spurs are on the tendency here, trying to go back for half time.
I mean, they would probably deserve it on balance of play. That's some great play. Oh, wow.
Puts it over. Last little jinking inside, lays it off, and then, snatches his shot a bit. High and wide, not at all handsome. Varane being skinned there.
Mm-hmm.
Turn about the play. United
again, I think
edging it.
If it was on target, I think De Gea's got that again. But Tottenham certainly had half chances.
Small game next Saturday, Mags. Small game.
Yeah, it means nothing in the grand scheme of things, does it, that game?
Small game next Saturday, of course. Manchester United versus Manchester City. If City play like they can do, that could be a cricket score. At the same time, City went down 2-0 today, as Hannah would say. Lost 2-0 at home to Crystal Palace, who are really on the ascendancy. It seems like Pat has really done a really good job. Conor McCabe in the chat is asking, is there a score in this match? I've been met between this game and American football. Indeed, Connor, I shall bring the score up again for you again now. At the bottom of the screen, it's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Man United 1. Ronaldo has scored in the 40th minute.
Yep, we are from a ball deep into the Tottenham box from Fernandes.
And here.
Ronaldo with the volley.
Putting the ball in.
Beating Maurice.
And put over.
See, Tottenham have had chances.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a half-season chance, but he's falling backwards, it looks like. Yeah,
it looks like the ball wipes him out.
Peter is saying, I meant mittens. Kittens can go away. What have you got against kittens?
Mittens, not a fan of kittens.
That's a meme in itself. Mittens, not kittens.
Use the kittens as mittens.
Jesus Christ, Max! Not even I would do that in D&D.
Well, you're missing
1 minute of time added on, and we are near the end of that now.
As United lump the ball forward or attempt to.
Kittens meow all the time, piss me off. He says. You can come back every week, mate. We'll be very happy having you on.
Bad final ball by Man United then.
That's it, half-time.
Half-time. Man United 1, Spurs 0 at half-time here in at Tottenham. Yeah, interesting.
This has been an enjoyable first half, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, Spurs have had more of the ball, but Man United have done more with the ball than Spurs have. Man United have had 8 shots to Spurs 6, and the difference maker is that they've had 2 on target, where Spurs haven't had a single shot on target whatsoever yet. But this is a very different performance by Man United compared to what we saw last week.
Completely different. The system so far is working for them.
Mm-hmm. I think there's one person who's probably put in the same level of performance as they did last week, and that's Harry Maguire. I think he's still absolutely piss poor. He's having the worst form of his career.
Indeed. Mr. McCabe in the chat is saying, thanks to you fellas, I've been saying football instead of the S word, as Americans call it. Very well done, sir. Very well done.
Yes. I'm proud of you for that.
Indeed. Theo Connor is saying, more of a ball means jack if you do jack with it. This is very a good point. This is very much the case. Prime example of that was in midweek when Man City got knocked out in the EFL Cup. When they had, I think it was 70 something of that position, and they lost on penalties because Phil Foden didn't show up.
So from all the changes to this Man United team, and I'm still not convinced with the 3 at the back. I think they've still looked leaky. Tottenham have certainly, if they're on a better day, could have had a couple of goals. But I think Cavani has been bright. I think he was good to bring in, and yeah, I think that's the only person who's really shone for me. The finish from Ronaldo was obviously quality, and and the ball from Bruno Fernandes was good, but it still felt like a very rocky Man United performance so far. Cool, buzzing. Just leaving that hanging there, Matt. Buzzing. Thanks.
I'm very sorry about it, mate. I was just taking care of a little bit of admin on my side of things, and I do apologise. Sorry, admin things. So sorry.
Yeah. So whilst Man United are winning, I don't think I'd be confident to say that this is a massive change in performance. I just think they're coming up against a poorer team than Liverpool.
I mean, I think that Spurs when they've had the ball, have looked decent, but certainly not as good as they could be.
Mm-hmm. So
after my mate who's a City fan after losing, that's because he laughed at United for losing to West Ham, so he deserved it.
And losing to Palace is way worse than losing to West Ham, because West Ham are doing really well. Palace, whilst they're not doing poor, they're not doing as well as they can. So a win over City means a hell of a lot more.
I worry a little bit that City have no plan B when they have a man sent off.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps. You could be right, sir.
I mean, Laporte got sent off, and then their reaction was to try and get Zaha sent off.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it boils down to, again, not having a dedicated attacker, because if you get somebody sent off, you then pulling away from an attack lineup that already has no focal point to shore up the holes in the rest of the team. And yeah, you like I said, there's no plan B. Hey, up, our kid.
Talking about plan B,
all right.
someone who's never a plan B, Mr. Chris Harris. Are you sober? Can you talk?
Just about, yeah.
Did you enjoy
honestly,
the game?
I'm not going to stay for long, lads. Oh, it was fucking brilliant, honestly. Brilliant atmosphere. Honestly. Brilliant atmosphere. Oh, and we should have had 5 or 6 as well, honestly. Like, the Gudmundsson should have scored. Gudmundsson should have scored. We should have had an handball penalty. And the offside goal, right? I'm going to send you the offside goal. It were a lot of bollocks, right? You'll agree with me as soon as you see it. Right. I've put it in chat. Have a look at that.
We will share this out from our Twitter later on, of course.
Well, I actually saw.
I'm not pissed.
You definitely are incredibly pissed. You can tell.
I'm not pissed.
So yeah, so that's the line.
Look at that.
That is extremely harsh.
Yeah, and when you zoom in, the red and the blue lines actually cross over, which is meant to be in favour of the attacker, and that's not happening in this game. That is a goal. It's a goal ruled out. Indeed,
FIFA Corner in the chat is saying I'm worried for a lot of managers. A lot of managers nowadays have a plan B, and FIFA Corner 16 to you, Mr. Chris, you do sound pissed.
Not saying that. I'm fine.
To be fair, you're entitled.
He deserved it.
Even if you were, you're entitled to be, sir, in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
we were brilliant, honestly.
Burnley did what no other team has been able to do all season, and that's beat Brentford. Beat Brentford on the travels.
That's the first time they've lost.
Played them off the park. We absolutely bummed them. They were horrible. They were so bad.
Which is unlike Brentford, because they've been really exciting to watch all season. But having said that, this result's been coming for you for a while.
I think it shows that Brentford have. I think it shows that Brentford are good and have no fear when it comes up to teams that play good football. When they come up against a team like Burnley, who doesn't play good football in the traditional sense, they come unstuck.
Hey, I'll tell you what though, we had some good moves. Maxwell Cornet, honestly, He is brilliant, honestly.
He's too good for Burnley.
He's so good. He's far too good for us. He's brilliant.
I still
so
don't
good.
get how Burnley pulled that off. How have we pulled in a player of Champions League quality?
I know.
And he feels so happy to be there as well.
He is.
FIFA Con in the
You could
chat
tell
is saying
after game, right? After game, he were walking round. He gave his shirt to a fan. Obviously, he's put his coat on straight after that because he couldn't hand up fucking alcohol for him. Bless him.
give him a bit of
he was loving it.
Good.
Yeah. Give him
Benny
a mug of hot Benny. It's been a while since I heard it. I apologise. Anyway, Brentford probably got put to sleep with your long bullshit, according to FIFA Corner 16.
We played. You watched the highlights.
I look forward to watching the highlights.
That corner goal, honestly, I thought he fucked it up. But what a strike it was, honestly.
He's
so
turning
good.
into the bargain of the summer so far.
Mm-hmm. He is. He was like 12 million or something. I don't know what conversion is. It's like it were thingy. It was 15 million euros. I don't know what that is.
About 12 million. About 12 million quid.
British money.
Give or take.
I think it's 1.3 euros to a pound, so probably about 12 million.
It's not bad. That's a really good sign. He's already paid it back in spades. Chris, we won't keep you too much longer, mate.
Right,
you clearly need to go. Go your team, mate.
You look like you need a brew.
Yeah.
Hey, no, right. They ran out of Bovrils. I was pissed off. I was going to get one.
Only Burnley could run out of
Bovril.
Bovril.
Them like, I know, yeah, because they don't do them in the
urns?
The things, the coffee cups. They don't do them in the coffee cups anymore. They do them in, them like plastic cups you get. They do them in them.
Oh,
so like they won't stay warm. So I don't see what the point is.
I mean, drink it straight away. You have another one. The idea.
Yeah.
The idea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's probably what I was thinking actually.
You go and have a good evening, sir. Bask in the glory.
Okay.
And we'll catch you maybe on the volley, mate. Take care of yourself.
Right. So very much, lads.
Bye bye. Piss Chris is amazing.
Absolutely is. Thank you to everybody for wishing him well. But I mean, you, Ricardo, you're an absolute star for doing that. I love it for that. To be fair, Brentford not the races today against Burnley. It feels like we'll be talking all about that, of course, on the volley on Monday, straight after trade wrestling, of course. And of course, while we have a break here at halftime, let's remind everybody of something else that is on the Tekkers brand at present. Something we debuted this past Friday, of course, and that would be for Waiting Room with Ben and Si.
Cream soda.
Nice. You like cream soda?
Yeah.
You're a delinquent as far as I'm concerned.
I love cream soda, mate, but it's got to be the cheap £1 shit. The good stuff's too sweet.
That makes no sense in itself. Cream soda is rank. I don't know.
It's not lemonade, flavor, isn't it? That's all it is.
Now I like vanilla, but I don't like cream soda. It's rank.
Well, then you're the fucking delinquent, ain't you?
It's a great listen. Heard it when it came out straight on Friday. I absolutely adored it. Max, have you heard it as well?
Yep, I've definitely heard it. I can't wait till they start deep diving into some of the shows. And I think it was a good introduction as well. Even if you've never watched,
never watched
the show of Quantum Leap, they give a really good kind of breakdown of the good and the bad of it. So, I'm interested in next week. I think they start with the breakdowns of the show, so it should be fun. And always, cream soda is fucking disgusting. And
I personally enjoy it.
Yeah, Sa and Matt are both fucking delinquents for enjoying it.
Absolutely.
Is yours the cheap £1 shit as well, or is it the expensive?
Mine is 59p actually. So
Wow.
It was
So
on
a quid
offer.
for two.
A quid for two, yeah, a quid for two.
4 litres of horrible cream soda.
Absolutely. We should also briefly mention about of course, the EFL Cup quarter-final draw was done this morning.
Okay.
And there's some tasty fixtures in there. Burnley should have been, in my personal opinion, over Tottenham.
Well,
but it is what it is.
I'd rather concentrate on the league.
I get that, but it was not bad.
I sounded like a proper football wanker then, didn't I?
Well, I was trying not to say it, but yeah. The team list was pretty strong. It's pretty strong games. You've got Tottenham, West Ham. That's a fight, not a match. Brentford, Chelsea. Bit of rivalry there as well. A little bit of rivalry there. Arsenal, Sunderland is what it is, and Liverpool versus Leicester.
I think that's the tie of the round. By a long way.
You would think so, but the TV game will be Tottenham, West Ham. It should be, in my opinion,
because it's.
Well, actually, they probably do one. They probably do one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, so they probably show both.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they should do it anyway. Sunderland to get it with semi, the corner, FIFA corner. Arsenal. They've been playing quite well in the cup.
Yeah.
They're playing well in general.
It could certainly be a shocker. I mean, any of those 8 teams could potentially go through. I think the one banker you'd almost give is Chelsea against Brentford. I think Chelsea are going to be too strong for Brentford there, but I think there's some interesting ties.
If you want some proof, by the way, this was sent to the Tekkers Twitter, by the way, at about quarter to 4. So we're talking about 3 hours ago. Someone was very drunk at the time, clearly. He was very drunk. But 3-0, you should be.
He's loving life. Good on him.
And that's what football's about. That emotion, the passion right there. A few comments in the chat saying Arsenal put out a weaker side, in my opinion. But that's a lot of good form, so I feel like they could do a shock. Thing is that Arsenal's weaker side, technically speaking right now, is their first team. To be fair, they put the kids out, and then Nicotea, great goal in midweek, put Leeds out. They just come out for the second half now. So we're about to kick off. Spurs kicking from left to right as we're watching the screen. If you are watching along with us, obviously the TV channel is about to kick off right now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to us here on Radio Tekkers, and subscribe to myself and Mags at Mac UK and at Pod for Mag on Twitter. And
which may change to Lord Mags very soon.
Oh, let's hope not. The Lord Podfather, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's too many names. I'm not Chris.
Lord Mags. Connor's asking about Lord Mags. You didn't breaking through.
I'll wait until I'm breaking the play. If
Ronaldo back to Shaw, who passes it back to halfway line with Maguire.
Right, so every year for Christmas, I know it's not Christmas yet, but every year for Christmas, me and the wife will buy each other like a silly gift. And this year, I found out that you could buy a lordship and a ladyship. So I essentially bought the wife a ladyship, and it was actually cheaper to buy as a package rather than buy a single. So yeah, I essentially bought a lord and ladyship of the manor of Horgun, which is near Coniston. So I'm actually officially a lord. I can.
Oh, my terrible to read about De Gea and Lucas Moura. Oof, and that should have been 2-1-0.
Oh, that's actually not that far away as well. Son will be kicking himself for that. So yeah, essentially for I think it was about 50 quid maybe. I am now Lord of Horgun Manor, apparently.
Good, and mate, good for you.
It means nothing really in the grand scheme.
The unfortunate thing is that Tanner decided to take upon himself to then look through all the bylaws and things, what lords are are entitled to, which include a red carpet at my own fucking wedding, apparently.
And
But I get a roast duck out of it, so
foie gras. I demand foie gras.
you get Benny or not, and be happy with it.
So yes,
It's turned out. The flag has gone up.
that was a great finish. To be fair, that was a great finish. But all the Tottenham side had stopped because they expected the flag.
The
going
flag
up.
should have been faster. He is clearly off. To be fair,
I mean, it's not by much. To be fair,
it is a clear. That's why the reason they even try
Bang.
to go for it.
What a finish!
It is a great finish. Lloris doesn't even get anywhere near it. FIFA Connor in the chat is saying, "All praise our Lord Mags," and then unfortunately, the emotion of the "Come on, lad," followed by "Oh, sad times."
What a roller coaster! Ronaldo's actually gone to talk to the ref about it.
Ronaldo's demanding VAR, which is only going to emphasise, unfortunately. Big pull in the puck.
Hello, sir. Can a player demand a VAR? I don't think they've got that.
Oh, that's a sinner takedown. That's going to be a card from McTominay, surely. Is he on a booking already?
Jesus Christ. Big pause on a pup. Hello, sir. Part of the PWR team that designated the women's top 150. So we are.
He made some good choices.
Presence. Yep, absolutely. Bianca Belair, number 1, by the way.
Indeed, and without looking at anything, Maz, can you pronounce the person who's number 2?
Oh, Utame Hayashita. Is it that one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Graham tried 5.
That's certainly a pup inspired pick.
Maybe so. I know Graham struggled last week to pronounce a good cop, bad cop. A little bit of spoiler for you. He might not Utami, second as in the surname. He may have struggled again this week as well. Just a little bit of spoiler for you. Of course, that's coming out tomorrow. Of course, you've got of course myself, Graham, and Chris. Actually, Chris underscore BFC underscore was with us as well for a great show. It's out tomorrow, of course. We're not on the air tomorrow, of course, Tekkers, so you can listen to that for your heart's content.
It's not the pre-show is out.
Now on
your YouTube channel.
On YouTube now. Go so obviously go check that out.
Yeah, don't go now.
No,
don't go now. No. Go in a little while.
Go a little while. Big FIFA Connor saying, I'm just enjoying some FIFA while watching you. That's not a bad thing. If you'd rather, because obviously you can't watch the game. Play FIFA, listen to us. Fantastic.
I'm assuming it's FIFA 22. How are you enjoying the game? Have you had any of the?
Give us some feedback, sir.
Yeah, the bugs. What do you think of the graphics? Let us know.
Does it hold up?
Pup saying he'll never tell whether that was a pup influence pick.
Well, even if it's not, we're going to say it was. That and the fact that you decided to put Dr. Britt Baker that low down on the list as well.
I'm actually more shocked he didn't push for Tam Nakano to be way higher on the list because, as Pup knows, it is always Tam Tam.
Fair enough. People Connors actually saying, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Always do. There have been a few glitches, but EA have patched them, so credit to them there. At least they got on it quickly this time, at least. We were talking, of course, last week a bit about the fact that EA is to do sort of breaking now. And not a bit defending.
That's a poor ball. That was a poor.
Good defending to put it out though, for sure. We're talking about EA being the involved with Codemasters now, of course, and EA are merely the publisher. They are nothing to do with the design of the game at all. Codemasters is just owned by EA. They have they will not get involved apparently. And if that's the case, then hooray!
So Matt, seeing as we're on the games chat, have you pre-ordered Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition?
I'm umming and ahhing about it, Max.
I pre-ordered it the minute it went up onto PlayStation Store.
The reason I'm umming and ahhing about it because I don't know which console to get it on.
Well, for me, it was PlayStation, and I don't use my Switch nearly enough to
Because
get it on that.
Because I would love to have it on my Switch. I would love to have it on my Xbox, but I'm not paying out for it twice.
Yeah, and I mean,
So,
I was perturbed.
I've already bought it 3 times.
Yeah, I was perturbed at paying £55 for it, but the video swung me. The release trailer, it looks really good.
Got some more messages here. Big Paul in the pub saying, "Tam time forever," and Steve Connor saying he's also a big fan of the F1. James, huzzah! Excellent. And even better news, I'm on Xbox Series X again. Huzzah! Maybe we could team up at some point for a bit of
Sony pony right here. Sony pony.
That's not a problem, Mag. But if Steve Connor at some point, if indeed, when did I play it?
PlayStation 5.
When did I play it, Mag? Though
the PlayStation today.
Fair enough then. Maybe
I played some golf on it actually today.
Tiger Woods.
It's not called Tiger Woods anymore. It's just called
PGA Tour. But that thing. Okay. Yeah. So at some point, if you want FIFA Corner, maybe we could do a bit of F1 together. That'd be kind of fun. I'm looking to try and find a good partner for the new 2-player career mode.
Interesting.
That would be very nice to do that. And of course, I could put it on the game.
Is it cross-player? Because I may pick up FIFA. F1.
I'm not sure. I think there is talk about it.
That's one thing I dislike about Sony is they kind of push so hard against crossplay. If you want a good partner, you don't want me, lol.
I don't. I want a fun time. I want fun. Am I serious with my F1? Absolutely. Do I want a laugh? Absolutely as well. It's not cross at the moment. No. Sony are very reluctant to do any sort of deals on that side of things. More and more games are doing that, but Sony just need to realize that it would make more money if they made the game on all consoles cross.
Absolutely.
Spurs the corner here.
Yep, Harry Maguire giving the ball, taking the ball out for a corner. He's not having a good game at all.
Son on the wing.
Can they beat the first man?
No. But Spurs keep possession and keep the pressure on. We have not seen Kane at all in this game.
Well, he fouled. The only time is when he fouled Varane, I think.
Offside, surely there. Yeah.
Yeah, clearly offside. But look at that! Look at that Man United defence. 7 players in a row. 7 defensive players in a row. I mean, it's a solid line. I mean, there's very few fluctuations, but 7 players. This is not the Man United kind of formation that I'm used to.
No. People calling in the chat is saying a fun time I can give, but I'm not very good. That's fine, dude. Some people would switch to PS if it was crossplay, because some are on Xbox because their mates are there. A little bit of both, to be fair. I mean, ever since I had 3 PS3s blow up on me, so yeah, I will not.
I've still got my original PS3.
I've had 3 blow off me, so I won't touch on a Sony console. In fact, apart from what Chris has got, I will not have enough Sony product in the house.
I mean, I'll always get Sony. Never had a problem with any of mine exploding. But I am tempted to pick up a Series S just for some of the Xbox exclusives. Just for the Game Pass more than anything.
The Game Pass thing is absolutely ridiculous, Max. Absolutely ridiculous. Not least because on the Game Pass, the San Andreas part of the trilogy is coming for free.
Oh well. So
that's part of the reason why I can't make what to get it on, because
get it on Switch and play the first 2 on Switch, and then you'll have San Andreas on both if you want some Xbox GTA goodness.
Well, I dare say that could come at some point to various Twitches and various YouTube channels we are all affiliated with. Who knows? Who knows?
We'll see. Yes.
Anyone going to be playing the new Harry Potter game coming out next
Horny
year?
Potter is a totally different medium.
I really should click the button before I read it because I can actually see it in big bold letters. The new Harry Potter game coming out next year. I'll be honest, probably. I do like a good RPG, and it's an RPG game, so it's always going to be a good thing in my book. You a Harry Potter fan, Max?
I don't mind the films, but I don't think it's aimed at me. The game, is it the Legacy game?
I think that's true. No, I think it's where it's set in the world of Harry Potter, and you're your own wizard.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Isn't it? Hogwarts Legacy.
I think so. Yeah. FIFA Connor says he'll definitely be getting it. It looks sick.
Oh yeah, it does look good, but I just don't think it's not really for me. I might try it. I might try it if it's very much like The Witcher in gameplay, then I might try it.
The Witcher is Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, one of the best games I've ever played.
Well, we're PlayStation again an update soon to PS5.
We get the same one for Xbox soon as well. Yeah.
They're dragging through with that. Yeah,
they are. But given CD Projekt Red's recent problems with Cyberpunk, that's kind of hurt their cred a little bit.
And to stick with that, I mean, this is a tangent. We're not even covering this football yet, but
the second half been rather slow to build up, Max.
The Witcher season 2 on Netflix has got a release date now. I think it's the 17th of December. So. But that in your diary's forked. Oof. Two-man tackle there. And Harry Lascelles are looking to get somebody booked for that. And I mean, he would be right to do so. That was very, very cynical.
FIFA Connor in the chat saying, I've never played The Witcher. It's a game which is usually pops up at some point in the sales. So if you get a chance to get on that, you have all the deals included nowadays. I remember picking it up in that and Skyrim in the same Black Friday sale a couple of years ago. Maybe it would have been about 2017, 2018, something like that. And I picked it up for both of the games for 20 quid.
I mean, you usually get now the Game of the Year edition for under a tenner. And it's so good.
And it's on the Switch now as well.
Yeah.
And there's
in the Game of the Year edition, there's 100 hours of gameplay, easy.
Yeah. And that's without playing Gwent. Apparently, back to football. My aim for this Black Friday is to get the Ajax Bob Marley kit.
Yeah, that is nice.
I haven't seen it, Mags.
It's the one with the red, yellow, and green Adidas straps on the sleeve.
Oh, sounds nice. Spurs will break it. Cross the ball. Oh, could have gone anywhere. Varane is screaming at his back line. I think I'm losing battle here, mate. Emerson Royal. It's just simple triangles and Son twisting. He's being pulled this way and that by Maguire, who is on a booking. And just a throw-in given. He's very, very fortunate. I see, Mag.
So that's the shirt he's talking about.
Oh, that is very nice.
The three little birds on the back.
That is very, very nice. Yes.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of blackout shirts. Anyway, I remember Dortmund had one a couple of years ago. The blackout BVB shirt. It was so good.
Oh, that's high, wide, not at all handsome. That was a terrible cross. Talking about kits, by the way, our roving reporter Mr. Harris has got a 2010-2011 classic shirt up for sale. He bought two by accident.
Okay, for which
club?
I
believe it's Moscow.
Okay,
it's a blue one. It's quite a nice shirt.
Has he got that on his Twitter?
Technically speaking, it's part of part of the show tomorrow. Good Cop, Bad Cop. So
Okay.
he'll give you full detail about it on there. We are going to tweet out a picture of it if he actually sends it to us. So yeah, that it's a good shirt. To be fair, it's a lovely shirt. He bought 2 by accident because he put it in his basket, left the page, and then came back to it, put it in the basket again, and bought the basket.
Mhm.
We've all done it.
We have
We've
certainly
all
all
done
done
it.
that.
We've all done it. And Spurs trying to work something here.
And as Man United pull out defence, and again,
Mm.
a lot we're getting kind of like the beginning of the first half, where seeing a lot of
Bit nitty-gritty.
wrong tackles throwing in.
Indeed. If you're gonna saying I do like a good black shirt. They always look sick. And also I would never suggest buying 2 of the same thing. Well, if you could buy 2 Mo Salahs, that's always a good thing, I suppose. But
I mean, what if like 2 tins of beans, 2
one
bottles
too
of
many.
milk?
Depending on how much you're drinking, mate. If you ain't big enough of it, then one go off.
That is very true.
So you could argue that case for both sides of things. 2 houses, too much tax to pay, or none if you're a politician. Yes, that was a hot take.
Spurs on the ball in the middle of the park, and again,
3 on
Ronaldo.
3.
Was it?
Cavani's
Ronaldo?
in!
Oh, no. That's a great ball,
And that's beautiful.
and that's a
lovely
well
touch.
taken finish. Well taken. They've been good for this as well at Man United.
Is it Ben Davies again at fault, is it? This is turning into a horror show for Tottenham.
And this is redemption for Ollie as well. Maybe he should play 5-3-2 more often. So getting a replay of the goal now. Yeah, it looks like was it Dyer caught in possession?
Oh, he played on. Yeah, it's played on by Ben Davies. I think it is. It is Ben Davies. I think who played it on. No, it's Dyer. Dyer playing him on. It's so simple for him.
That the ball though was lovely weighted by Ronaldo.
Mm.
And Cavani, one touch, chips it over the keeper.
Yeah, to be fair,
it wasn't Ben Davies. It was Dyer and Romero fault for that goal. But when you give the ball away to Fernandes and he's got Ronaldo and Cavani running at the side of him, you're looking at letting a goal in. So that's his first goal of this season. No, I mean you are fully right, Connor, to believe that Ben Davies is wank. He's just in this instance he wasn't at fault. But that's 3 shots on target for Man United and 2 goals. That's pretty clinical.
Indeed.
And of course, Skip, who has had a very quiet game.
Very quiet game. Tanguy Ndombele, which the more I read that, just looks like a bad hand in Countdown.
I don't know. Plenty of points there. Well, that's a Scrabble, I suppose.
In this situation, other defenders are also wank, apparently.
Yes, very true.
What they need a quick response here from Spurs. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe Tanguy is the person to change things up. And he's
got the skill set.
Offside, I thought he was off. They're being way too quick with the ball. They're not checking to make sure he's off or not. His back line is marching offside really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
It's a great pass and a great finish. This is I wait for Spurs in this sort of performance. United haven't been at their best, but Man United certainly needed this performance.
I think they've been better than the Tottenham side, though, and that's the difference. Oh, Cavani getting a little bit passionate there. Come on, calm down.
Appreciate the passion. Good to see some passion from a Man United player, though.
Mm-hmm. He certainly looks like he's a difference maker when he plays. Is Cavani?
Yeah. How old is he now, Max? 34?
34, perhaps, I think.
He's certainly in his twilight years. But,
Yeah, but we said that about Ibra, and look at how much of a revelation he was in the Premier League.
Absolutely. He's in the twilight of his years, but they shouldn't be needing to rely on someone who's 34 years old to pull them out of trouble.
But then who is Cavani up front with?
This is true. But he was doing that before Ronaldo as well, though. To be fair.
That's also true.
Cavani got him out of trouble so many times. I think nice little ball in here for Spurs. Headed her out. And here go United again. Spurs win the ball back. I feel like Spurs need to let Kane go. He just doesn't seem to care about playing well at the moment.
Yeah,
and Spurs!
Oh,
Oof.
wow.
Fell over in possession and Fernandes was onto it like a shot.
Yeah, if you go back in the archives, we've said this multiple times about Kane. He plays like a player who is being forced to be there. No passion, no intensity for the club. He doesn't want to be at Spurs anymore. It's as simple and clear as that. He, as the club captain, should be leading the line, and he's not.
No, and it's bad to see. Bad to see. Spurs is trying to build slowly here, but Man United were way better press than last time. Ronaldo Ronaldo actually standing still. Some people need to press, and Ronaldo, you've got to carry him. Cavani is pressing, but Ronaldo is just jogging. 20 minutes ago, and Spurs look disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to think again, saying that's why his tweet back in August, he said he will stay at the club through this window. Did not mention about January or next year. That's true. Thing is, though, as we all know, of course, if you played in the Europa or Conference, of course, you can play Champions League. Mm-hmm. If you can go up, you can't go down.
Yeah.
I think that's wrong, personally. If you played in one, you can't play in any, in my opinion. But
yeah, I think you're right. I think if you made European appearances for any club, it should stop you from making appearances for another club.
I'm going to say something now, which is probably going to make you groan, Max. You know how if you finish third, you drop into Europa League.
Okay.
If you finish third in your group in Europa, you drop into the conference.
Is that what happens? I don't think
I'm asking, what if that happened? I don't think that is what happened. What if it did happen?
I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, but does that make a mockery of a league?
The Europa Conference is a mockery anyway. The teams that are in it.
I'm apparently FIFA Conference saying I believe that does happen.
Okay. I'm not surprised. So off comes Ronaldo. I'll thanking him. You've saved my job today.
I'm not on Marcus Rashford.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good player to bring on right now. He'll run for you.
And there's also no pressure on him to save the game because Man United are already 2-0 up. So he hopefully can have that freedom, maybe get a goal because he certainly does need it.
He does need one badly. Excuse me, sorry. They're trying to break each other, but their final ball is not good.
Look at that. Straight to a Man United player. Not even close to another Tottenham player.
Mm. Dele Alli coming on.
Interesting. I mean, someone else who's really kind of dropped down the side. Yeah, just should have probably left Tottenham a couple of seasons ago, but he's stuck around. Will he be the difference maker? I highly doubt it. I think this game is wrapped up. Tottenham don't look close to scoring now. If anyone adds any more goals, I feel it's going to be Man United. Saying that as Tottenham break, and two fouls in a row. 2 fouls in a row there.
Yellow card looked like confetti mags.
The referee's telling them Tottenham players to back off, but Fred with 2 fouls in a row rips down Ndombele there, and then the second one was a nip. But yeah, that's 2 bookings in 2 games for Fred. Yeah, Donny van der Beek can't get a game. How does that work out?
Donny van der Beek. Let's ask you, Connor, actually, seeing as how he's a Man United fan. What's your opinion on Donny van der Beek? Personally, I think he's a good player who is much underutilized.
Mm-hmm. I second that. Tottenham corner.
The first impression, at least, they got a goal back now. This will be a very interesting last 15 minutes or so, mate.
Certainly would. Son to take. Can't beat the first man and hacked away.
Trying to break again and dancing past the Tottenham back line.
Oh, that was a great ball.
Oh, Cavani in the box.
That's a great ball to Cavani. It's a little bit wide, forcing him away from the shot, but Man United still retaining possession.
Oh, and Cavani get the ball away.
I don't know what pass he was trying there, but Harry Kane now.
Oh, and it goes straight to the Man United defender.
Again, that final ball. So Connor has put, my opinion is that we shouldn't have signed, because he's only ever played 6 games at DM for Ajax in his whole time. So he's not going to be played there. So he's a cam for us, but no one is displacing Bruno. We should have spent the money on an actual DM. You make all the sense in the world there. I think he was a purchase just because of the name value and just how that Ajax team were so good. And was kind of like picked apart by the European football elite. Yeah, I don't think he fits in Man United, and it's an absolute shame. And yet, ironically, they're taking off Fernandes now and bringing on an actual DM in Matic when you could have just brought on Van der Beek.
To go back to what we were discussing earlier about the third place team in Europa League dropping into the conference, kind of saying what I read online, but I could be wrong. I've just checked. There is, after the group stage, there is a preliminary knockout round with 16 teams in which the 8 group runners-up from the group stage will be put in with the 8 third-place teams from the Europa League. And then they advance to go with the winners from the group stage.
Yeah, and don't the outright winners of the conference, they qualify for the Europa League the next season, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's correct, yes.
I mean, it's cynically for making money and creating another European trophy, but you can't take it away from those teams that never would have ever qualified for Europa League or Champions League, that they're now getting European football. And then Tottenham also as well. They got European football via that as well. He was taken because Real wanted him, and we thought if we could get him, we were a bigger club, which the Glazers want. But there was no sense to it. And yay, I knew something for once. You've been a fountain of knowledge, sir.
You have indeed. It's been fantastic, as always, have you in the chat, watching along with us two idiots.
As we get into the last 15 minutes or so of this game. Yeah, you can't see anybody but Man United getting a goal in this game. Tottenham have been toothless, where Man United have been ruthless. Yeah, just leave that hanging.
Yellow card just flashed up there. Feel like it's been a while coming.
Yeah, comes across him and nips his ankles. I mean,
from Ben Davis.
You miss all the 100% of the shots that you don't take, so I had to do it. Connor, apologies. Seems that Man United are happy with a 2-0 victory and just keeping the ball, which fair play to them. They've deserved this victory. If it comes, I mean, we have seen collapses before. And you're talking, but you're muted, Matt. You've done a tanner.
Yeah, sorry, I'll talk the other half. Sorry, Max.
I thought you'd done a tanner there where you thought you was commentating, but you was just talking to yourself.
Yeah, 12 minutes ago. This is pretty much a done game now with Mags, to be fair, isn't it? Tottenham really not able to penetrate the back lines. Harry Kane been anonymous. Son been been everything, really.
Even Lucas Moura, who's normally in the middle of a lot of Tottenham's attacking output, he's been very, very quiet.
Very quiet, which is unlike him. Of course, again, get a goal last few minutes. Colin in the chat is saying, making trouble for everyone here, saying missing shots like Burnley most weeks.
Listen, who else has demolished Brentford like we have? Nobody. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
You are so happy about that win, Mags. And you should be.
I was actually really concerned because of how well Brentford have played. They've took to the Premier League really well.
Yeah.
And I thought that it would probably be the games after that where Burnley would kick on and get some wins, but a win against Brentford and such a decisive win that should boost us for the upcoming games, and hopefully we'll be able to climb his way out of trouble.
Indeed, it's in your hands. It's all in your hands still.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the news there, of course, that Jeff Stelling, of course, is stepping down into the season from Soccer Saturday, Max. Have you heard that or not?
I saw a tweet about it. Yeah, that's disappointing.
Cavani's got cramp.
I'm not surprised. He's run ragged this game.
So yeah, end of the season, he's going to walk away from Sky. So, but he's not retiring apparently. So who knows where he's going to go? Who should take the job, though?
Maybe DAZN.
Maybe. Who's going to take over Mags? Do you reckon on Soccer Saturday?
I hope it's Tim Sherwood because I think he's brilliant.
Can he lead though? Can he lead?
No, I'm joking. I think he's a wanker.
Fair enough, Mags. You'd say
we should get Des Lanham back. Is Des Lanham still available?
Maybe Cammy.
No. Would you put Cammy in charge? I love Cammy. I absolutely love him. But I don't think he's a leader. He doesn't seem to me like a leader. All that stats coming at him like so quick. How many times would he go, and Tottenham are 3-0 up? Are they? I missed that.
Well, they would. Maybe Klein is now going off to be replaced by Jesse Lingard.
Who I bet is regretting he didn't sign for West Ham when he had the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Connor's just put Tom Sherwood, aka Massive Wanker, and Tim, not Tom. I think Tom Sherwood's a bit of a wanker as well, to be fair. And I don't even know who he is.
He's sure. You know, it's got a spring in it all of a sudden.
Well, they've got two sets of fresh legs on up front now.
Further breaking again. Harry Kane is lumbering toward the penalty area. It hits him. He took the shot, wins the corner.
Finally, Maguire does some good defending.
It literally just hits him, Max.
Mm-hmm. A pinpoint ball, but shows how much he's just disinterested. And it actually hits his hand. So it looks like that should have been hits him on the arm.
Corner comes in, goes straight out the other side. But Tottenham retain possession, but it's back to the halfway line. Conor McKeeb in the chat saying, well, this has been a complete turnaround for Manchester United. Compared to last week, yes.
Yeah, they and Ollie needed it.
They really, really did. They really, really did. So I'm back to Emerson. Well, the thing is, Spurs have got like 7 minutes to save themselves, and there's just no urgency to get it in the box.
No, I mean, would you, if you were the Spurs team, would you be urgent to get the ball to Kane? Absolutely not, because he's not showing any effort.
But you need to score goals. You need to score goals, and if he's your target man, you've put it in for your target man.
Mm-hmm.
The Hay is waiting as much as he can. Nuno doesn't look very happy at all on the sideline. He looks furious. I feel sort of bad for him. He was 8th choice for the job, and had a great start. But ever since, do you reckon Daniel told him he's got to play Kane now?
I mean, I don't think I'd go as far as that, but I think when your team is built around Kane and he's head and shoulders your best attacker by a long stretch, you have to play him, even if he's not performing at his best, because Kane at 50% is better than the rest of the Tottenham attacking lineup. But yeah,
you say
it must be demoralising for the rest of the team when your club captain doesn't want to be there, but yet he's on the pitch week in, week out.
Breaking news: Ole has turned down the PE job at local school because he feels like he can keep his job now.
No, the reason why I turned it down is because he was offered the assistant PE job, not the permanent.
That is the law, absolutely. Yeah. That is the law we're building now. Yes, Spurs giving the ball away. The other third, and United breaking and retrieved. To be fair, by Spurs. It's just blasting the ball into each other at this point. They're not even trying to play the ball out of each other's boxes. 5 to go at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Apparently, he did not want to set up a cone. Apparently, fantastic. I do love how we've created our own little universe of what actually happened.
I mean, I think even as a PE teacher, he hasn't got the moral strength.
Very true, very possible, of course.
I mean, if he can't control this team of adults, how is he going to control a team of screaming kids?
Rashford's in.
That's a good
Puts
ball.
it back in the net.
Well weighted. And
Last stays down.
3-0.
3-0 Man United.
And Rashford there, so glad to be on the score sheet. He's had a little bit of a torrid time recently, but that was at a canter. That was very much like Liverpool were against Man United last week, where they were essentially passing the ball into the net. But it certainly rubber stamps this great performance by Man United.
He's offside of Eric Dyer, but the left back plays him on. The Tottenham defence has been an absolute shambles today.
The ball was so nicely weighted. Great finish.
It's a great finish for Rashford. That's
touch and bang. Yeah,
that's Rashford we needed at the Euros for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Colin the chat saying he's not the biggest fan of rounders, which is I don't know. Say what Peter lessons at school. I think he's called it legions rather than lessons. So I'm aware that that's a typo, but that's slightly funnier. That's his third goal in 4 appearances this season for Marcus Rashford. He only got that goal he didn't score in this season, then was last week against Liverpool. That's not a bad return. The Spurs fans are leaving en masse now.
I mean, what's happening to Spurs is what happened to Man United last season.
Absolutely, Connor. About typos make things more funny sometimes, for sure. This was a trick for Tottenham and a treat for Man United fans. It really was. And you can see a lot of empty seats already in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Maguire had declared.
Comes in.
Spurs
and
win it back,
Maguire with solid header.
Connor said, "I feel very treated."
Could this be the kick up the arse that Man United season needed?
Well, do you remember where I'm not comparing the two, but Ferguson was like one game from the sack. Remember that? And they won. He won that match, and everything kicked on from there. I'm not saying that's going to have that sort of impact, but sometimes you can have a game which changes your career for the better.
Yeah, and didn't we watch last season when Tottenham destroyed Man United? And then Man United went on to finish second.
Exactly. Sometimes you can have that moment. For example, kind of likes a kick up the arse. But
we won't kink shame here, but whatever
floats your gravy.
Ugh. Getting into the last few minutes now.
Will the referee be generous with the time, or will he be cruel?
I think both teams will just want this to be over and done with. Man United don't really need to press anymore, and Tottenham they'll be glad that this game's over.
The booing we heard during the third goal replays, it was deafening.
Ball loose in the Man United box, and Man United hack it away and come away with it. And again, they look more dangerous after the Tottenham attempt. Great last ditch tackle though.
Not a throw in the final third, and we are into time lost now. 3 minutes. Breaking news: the school has contacted Nuno's agency if he wants a job, but only has rejected.
Wow.
That's a little harsh. Nuno's a good manager. I have a lot of time for Nuno. I just feel that.
I think he's very one-dimensional, though.
He needs a plan B for sure. This has been refreshing to see that Ole's got this team out today, to be fair. We were well worried about it, but he proved us wrong today, at least.
I think I was more worried because of just how defensive it was set up.
But it seems to have worked today, at least. I love how the fact that they've got it in the corner at 3-0 up. Seems like a little bit of an overdoing it, really.
Of course, 3 minutes extra time confirmed now.
Indeed. Don't forget, of course, that it is, of course, the clocks in the United Kingdom do fall back this evening, of course. So if you're in the UK, your clocks will be going back at 1 a.m. So you get an hour in bed. Huzzah! Fantastic.
I actually thought it was yesterday. They go back tomorrow, but that's fine.
They get tomorrow morning. Yes, tomorrow morning.
No, but I meant tomorrow evening.
No, it's always a Saturday, Max. So that technically means that you get a longer Halloween night, because obviously Halloween starts at midnight, of course. So the witching hour will be fantastic. Apparently, there was an aurora borealis tonight in the UK as well. So you can see it. Lots of lovely magical things happening on Halloween. Fantastic.
And then to round off your Halloween weekend, definitely check out Chain Wrestling on Monday.
Indeed. Do we know who won the poll yet, Mags?
I
Can
think
you feel it?
I can check. I don't know if the poll's actually over. Are we getting a last minute booking? We are for Romero, but let's see. I know that
While you're looking up,
Undertaker
Mags,
versus Giant Gonzalez was winning.
back to what I
No,
said
they've come
earlier.
out in clutch. The people have come out in clutch, and it's actually going to be Yokozuna. With an hour to go, Yokozuna is way out in the lead. So
The casket
Undertaker
match,
versus Yokozuna from Rumble '94. Yeah.
I'm very surprised that you didn't go for a different casket match. One I preferred, to be fair, which was the Undertaker versus the Ortons.
Yeah, we wanted to stick with like the original couple of iterations of Undertaker.
That's fine. That's cool. That's cool.
Doesn't mean we won't revisit it. Don't worry.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I still can't believe that. I mean, that bearing in mind what happened with Taker, his only DQ victory. Obviously, that's the day before the street was a thing. Obviously,
Mhm.
and that's it. Full time. Oh my god, that booing is deafening.
And Ole is just glad it's not directed at him.
He
And
needed a
he
result.
shakes
and
Nuno's hand and giggles in his face, saying, "Ha ha ha! Now you know what it feels like."
He needed a result, and my word, did he get it! Full time at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is Tottenham Hotspur 0, Manchester United 3.
Mm-hmm. So let's quickly go through man of the match then, Matt, because
Oof.
I have got some UFC to be watching for tonight's 5 rounds. So I will have to dip very, very soon. But who would you say has been your man of the match?
Oh, man of a match for me. For me, Ronaldo had a big impact on the game, but my man of the match, I'm going to give it today instead to Edson Cavani.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I think Connor and yourself, like you mentioned, Ronaldo put in a way better effort than he did against Liverpool. I think at Liverpool he was very, very anonymous and kind of angry. I think he was much better this match, but Edison Cavani was the pivot for me. I think he was in the middle of everything good that Man United did, got a goal which was well deserved. So yeah, for me it's got to be Edison Cavani.
Indeed. In the day, Man United were able to recover from embarrassment last week to this week. Almost back to what felt like Man United of old in a way, in terms of actually getting the results across the line, as it were. Tottenham back to the drawing board, it seems.
Yes, well, Man United up to 5th now in the league. So yeah, definitely recovery from last week's game.
And boy, they need to. Right, so that's pretty much it from me and Mags here. Don't forget, of course, to follow the show at Radio Tekkers. Don't forget
there,
Yep.
somewhere down there.
Yep.
There.
Don't forget to follow Tanner at TechGentleman_. Mags, where can people follow your lordship?
So you can follow Lord Mags down here on the Twitter. It's currently at PodFatherMags, but I may change that up to Lord Mags very, very soon. Who knows? But yeah, come and check me out. I'm all over Radio Tekkers in terms of content. We'll be dropping 5 rounds later on this evening, reviewing the UFC event that's happening right now in front of my very eyes. But yeah, come and check it out.
Well worth checking out for sure. Check me out at the Matt at UK, and don't forget to go and check out everything Radio Tekkers, especially Chain Wrestling, on Monday. After which, myself, Mags, and Tanner belong with the volley. So yeah, on behalf of myself and Mags and Chris, who came in earlier on, of course, thank you for watching. Trick or treat, Spurs taste defeat. We're out of here.